Hello there, this is LEGO Dynasty, and today I'm bringing you guys my review of the LEGO Star Wars Darth Vader Mech. It is set number 75368, because of 139 pieces, and is rated ages 6 and up. Now this set retails in the United States for $15.99 US or $19.99 Canadian. Now without further ado, let's kick off this review, starting with the box. Take a look at the box. As you can see, you have the Darth Vader Mech front and center. Seemingly, it kind of looks like it's standing on the world between worlds, just on the bottom here. Not sure if that's like intentional or if it's just something I'm seeing, but just with these lines, it kind of makes me think of that. But it might just be on like a regular Star Wars, in a hangar bay of some sort. Obviously, mechs aren't actually real in Star Wars, at least not for just these figures to use. So this is all made up from LEGO. Obviously, the mech lineup itself has been overall pretty successful for them, so they decided to bring it into Star Wars, and seemingly to replace the microfighters, which is a little bit sad, as I absolutely loved the microfighters, but part of it is probably, they've run out of ideas. Box looks pretty good. As you can see, you have the mech on the side there, and then the back just has Darth Vader outside the mech, as you can see. Taking a look at the manual, as you can see, rendered image, which again, I'm always going to say, doesn't look as good as it used to, but this is the new standard. In the end, it doesn't affect the building process at all. It just simply doesn't look as good. Now, the set does have advertising in the back, which, some sets do, some sets don't. So you have the other mechs, including Darth Vader Mech, advertised again, as this is just a regular page that would be printed in other sets that have manual or advertising in. And then you also have the Yavin Temple there, Yoda Starfighter, the 332nd Clone Troopers, and the Spire Droid, as they all launched together at the same time. And just to show this was the extra pieces you were left off with after completing the set. Obviously, you have an extra lightsaber hilt, an extra one of these breathing apparatuses for Vader, and then just a couple random stud pieces and slope pieces, so definitely nice to get those for free. Taking a look at the only minifigure included in the set, we have, of course, Darth Vader. And this is your pretty standard Darth Vader figure. Nothing special about him at all, but he is still a very nice figure. What's very nice about the Darth Vader figure these days is the consistency of arm printing and leg printing on the figure. Of course, back in the day, these obviously would not have that, and it very well could have been LEGO decided not to include the arm or leg printing on a figure, especially in a set like this, but I am very happy that they did include it. It definitely aids in the value of a set like this. You can see the back printing there, as you can see, looking very nice. Of course, you can take off Darth Vader's helmet to reveal his, scarred face, which is pretty nice as well. No double-sided face, but does have printing to represent his scarring, and just, pretty nice Darth Vader. Next, we'll take a look at the mech, of course, and I have to say, this is a pretty nice mech. Definitely one of my favorite ones that I have gotten, and definitely, to me, has some great value in it, specifically with this really awesome printed piece here. This is printed, like I said, to represent the front of Darth Vader's chest, just on the mech body. I think that is an ingenious thing that they did there, and I think it definitely makes it look really cool. I also really like the way they came up with this lightsaber design. Just really nicely done, I have to say. Really does look like one. Though I wish they had something like sticking out the bottom, just slightly, because obviously Darth Vader's actual lightsaber would stick slightly out, so if they just had another Technic piece attached, because I definitely think they could have had a design that would have had one. It didn't need to be much larger. It could have literally just been two of these studs, but just one would be underneath where this hand is, because right now it looks very small, almost like Yoda's lightsaber length in the mech's hand. Again, minor thing, doesn't really matter, but just something I would have liked to see for the attention to detail. Now, when it comes to the legs, as you can see, brick built, very nice. Does have this, piece here that does not bend in any other direction. It is like fully stationary, so you can't like bend the knees or anything like that, which is definitely a feature that I wish these mechs have. Like, this has become pretty standard for them to have this piece that really locks it in place. Yeah, you can move the legs around and the feet, but it would have been nice if you could bend the knees and adjust it as you see fit and have a little bit more customization that way. Same goes for the arms as well. As you can see, utilizing that piece here that like definitely is usable and well used by these mechs, but I just wish they design one that can be bent to allow you to move the joints a little bit more freely. Now, of course, you do have the hands here that have these fingers that you can move, of course. Can't really fit a figure inside them at all, like they're just too small and there's nothing really to hold it, like just to show with Darth Vader. Like it just doesn't work. Even with any other figures, it just can't hold it like you can with some of the other mechs, and that's strictly because of this hand design here. They didn't go with, usually on these mechs they would have these three fingers, and then this same part would be up here, and that's what would allow them to basically hold a figure in the hand. In this case, they went with this other part usage here that doesn't stick out far enough, so you can't hold figures in the hand, which is definitely a little bit disappointing, as you lose that feature that some of the other mechs do have. Now, the main feature, of course, of the set is placing Darth Vader inside the mech compartment. So inside you have this, leg piece that you can stick Darth Vader inside, just like so, and then you just close it up, and as you can see, fully enclosed and looks excellent. You do have these clips on the back, which I can only assume you're meant to put Darth Vader's lightsaber. You are left with the actual lightsaber hilt, so you could technically put the other one there as well if you wanted to. So definitely nice to have those clips on the back for lightsaber. Just one is, just randomly there, so I guess that's fine. And that is it with Darth Vader's mech. As you can see, definitely can stand up quite well. Of course, if you lean it too far forward, it will tip over. But you have some ability to, lean him back, and he won't always fall. Definitely nice about that. The LEGO Star Wars Darth Vader Mech is, to me, a great addition to the LEGO Mech lineup. Now, if you're not a fan of mechs, you're just not going to like them. Personally, I do tend to like the mechs. However, I definitely think these sets are a bit more overpriced than they really should be. And that goes for all mechs. I definitely think because they're generally using these licensed figures other than the Ninjago sets, but the Marvel mechs and now the Star Wars mechs definitely are being overcharged just for using these licensed characters. But that doesn't mean it's a bad set. If you're a fan of LEGO mechs, you're gonna like this one. If you're not a fan of LEGO mechs, probably just pass on it. Especially if you have 100 Darth Vaders, why would you need to get this? In my opinion, though, I think this is a perfectly fine set, one that would be great for kids, especially if you don't want to spend a lot more money to get Darth Vader, because it's not too often he comes in a set this cheap, so definitely something to keep in mind there. But that's all my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on the LEGO Star Wars Darth Vader Mech, or LEGO Star Wars mechs in general. Are you guys happy with the mech lineup, or do you hope they go back to microfighters? Let me know in the comments down below. Please hit a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed, and have a great day, everyone.